High on a hill in Liberty, Missouri, the Belvoir Oddfellows home still stands. Once a place of care for orphans, the elderly, and the sick, now its halls echo with whispers of those who never left. Some say the lights still flicker at night, long after the last caretaker's gone. We're here to tell you if they do. This is Killer Hangover Podcast. Hello, I'm Beth, the daughter, who loves a good glass of wine and an even better ghost story.
And I'm Bettina, the mother who prefers her spirits in a glass rather than in the hallway.
And this is Killer Hangover Season 2.
Woohoo! Episode 1.
Welcome back. We've missed you guys terribly.
We have. It's been a long time, but oh my gosh, it feels good to be back.
It's amazing to be back. And I know you're looking, if you're on YouTube, you're looking at the background and you're thinking, what the heck is going on?
Why are they in a bedroom?
And if you're listening, you're again asking, what the heck is going on? So for season 2, episode 1, we thought it'd be very fun to actually record the episode on location.
Oh, yes, on location.
We're really excited to be here on location. We are in Liberty, Missouri, and we are at the Oddfellows home.
We are, and it's a beautiful fall. The leaves are changing, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here.
No, it's gorgeous. It's my favorite time of year, as you all know. And I'm excited that we're back for Killer Hangover. 2, I'm excited we're here on location, and it's one of my favorite places that I've ever
You've been wanting
explored.
to take me here for so long.
Yes. So season 2 is not necessarily going to be covering states per se per episode. We're going to kind of intertwine things. We're going to find the similarities between our two stories. There will be a true crime-ish story and a paranormal-ish story still.
And a cocktail.
Always a cocktail. Always a cocktail. For this episode, we are at the Oddfellows home has now become a winery and inn. So we decided we had to share a bottle of wine.
A bottle of wine?
A couple bottles of wine. We are drinking the Norton right now. We had a tasting earlier as we checked in this afternoon. And now we thought we'd record our history of the location and
tell you a little bit about the Oddfellows,
tidbits about the location,
and then take you with us as we walk around the location.
Yeah, we're really excited to hopefully have some experiences to show by the end of this episode.
Okay, now,
because we're sleeping here tonight.
Yeah, on that bed right there, which happens to have a green sweatshirt on it. Why a green sweatshirt, you might ask?
Because our lighting is odd in a hotel room.
And we have cat balls on there. So,
balls.
What are they called? Cat something.
No, they're called cat balls. I was just being
cat balls that
trying
light
to be
out.
funny.
They light up if someone touches them, or
so if a spirit see?
Can you see it?
Can you see it? And we put it on a green sweater, so hopefully you could see it.
You could see it.
And those listening, sorry, you can't see it. But we have these cat balls on the bed. We were hoping that as we record this episode, maybe as you're watching, you see something. Maybe you see something. Maybe we'll capture something as we talk about their history. Maybe they want to let themselves be known. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what we're thinking. But yes, we're going to tell you guys the history of the location for the beginning of the episode and then go and explore a little bit. We explored a little bit earlier. We're going to explore a little bit tonight. And hopefully tomorrow when we tune back in to record the second part of this episode,
we might have something to record.
I sure hope so.
I mean, we have had a magical music box or whatever you call that thing. If a spirit passes in front of it, it plays a little
Oh, we have all
tune.
the equipment.
We have had a camera out all afternoon. We've had, I mean, we have all kinds of things going on, but we have had nothing.
No, during this afternoon, nothing is wanted to
I mean,
make
seriously,
itself
the
known.
only spirits are in the class at this point.
So I hope our first episode isn't a total bust. We shall see. Welcome to season 2.
The next episode's really good.
It is really good. We've already recorded it, so we know. Okay.
Tell us a little bit about Belvoir.
Okay. Here we go. Back in the 1890s, health tourism was all the rage. People believed mineral springs could cure everything from headaches to heartbreak. I have to stop here. We went to Eureka Springs recently. It's a girls trip that we do every other year with my sister and your sister, and we make a nice little girls trip. And my Aunt Christine made a really good note that I kind of like blew my mind. And she said, do you think that these mineral springs, because Eureka Springs is filled with them,
Yes.
cured people's ailments and illnesses, or it was just the fact that they are actually drinking water?
Which they didn't do very often.
I know.
And they come to Eureka and they guzzle the stuff.
And they're guzzling water. And I don't know. I thought that was kind of
Good point.
I know. Yeah, she's a genius.
She's a dietitian.
Same thing. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. Enter Reed Springs Hotel. 3 stories tall, modern utilities, which at the time meant having indoor plumbing.
Ooh.
And a reputation for, quote, restorative waters. Or just water, according to my aunt. So then comes a man named Willard Winner.
He wasn't much of a winner, was he?
Kansas City's businessman, hotel enthusiast, and apparently bad at timing.
Oh, very bad.
He bought the land in 1891, right before the Panic of 1893, when America's economy did what my Wi-Fi does every night around 11:30 and completely collapses. So
I noticed that when I'm staying at your house.
So poor Willard's Winter Hotel, big old loser, closed down almost immediately. Now, here's where it gets weirdly wholesome. In 1895, a group called the Odd Fellows, part fraternal society, part secret handshake club, said, hey, we could use that abandoned hotel.
We could make something out of it.
Their mission to care for orphans, widows, and the elderly. Basically, the world's most well-intentioned group of men with matching rings.
And women.
No, there were some women, you're right.
The Rebeccas.
The Rebeccas, that's right.
It was the only fraternal order that actually included women.
Yes. They opened the Oddfellows home on May 2nd, 1895. Funded by an annual 50-cent membership tax.
50 cents. How much would that be today?
Good question. Sorry, I did not do that math. I mean, today it doesn't even buy you a latte, so but it buys you a membership for a whole year. So I don't know. So they ran their self-sustaining farm here. But before we get into this actual location, can you tell us a little bit about the Oddfellows themselves?
Well, I would love to tell you a little bit about the Oddfellows.
Really bad segue.
So the Oddfellows history is, a few hundred years old, actually. Or it could also be extremely ancient. Nobody really knows, weirdly enough. But the first Oddfellows date back to the late 1700s as a friendly society or box club. And I looked it up. I was like, what is a box club?
What's a box club? Yeah.
It's a group that uses a collection box to help members who fall on hard times. So they have things, necessities in a box.
Oh,
A collection box.
Oh,
and they
I
carry
like
this
that.
around and they help people. So, as Beth said, the mission of the Odd Fellows was to help people. Um, well, they're members.
Yes.
They're members. You had to be a member.
They help their own.
Yes, they help the community. And the order that we have here in the United States as a whole is the Independent Order of Odd Fellows.
So is there Odd Fellows in Europe?
It started in England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and now they're all over the world. But
Still?
yeah, they still exist. Their numbers have dropped, but at one point they were one of the biggest fraternities in the world. And I'll get to that number. But they do have certain rules. They prohibit discussion of politics and religion. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
But they do require allegiance to the government of which they are a citizen, and also to acknowledge the existence of a higher power. So
Okay.
no religion, but they have
But
to have a spiritualism of some sort.
Okay.
Once these requirements are met, there is no further discussion on these subjects at all.
You just agree and move on.
Agree and move on.
Talk about the color of your dress.
Rebecca's, yes. Their motto is
No, the men didn't wear dresses. I wasn't saying.
their motto is friendship, love, and truth, which is represented by 3 links in a chain. And you will see this on everything.
Oh, yes. We will post pictures and videos from our stay here, but there is the 3 linked chain everywhere here. It's in the building is restored, yes, but beautifully so. They've kept a lot of their original floors and stonework and everything, and the 3 links is everywhere.
Yeah. And the stonework is amazing. Up front, when you walk in, it's still there. You can still read it. It hasn't.
On all the buildings.
It's really amazing. But those links are everywhere on their medals, on anything that's an Odd Fellow.
On their pendants,
things.
their flags, on their everywhere. Their newspaper.
So the mantra of the Odd Fellows is to visit the sick, relieve the distressed, bury the dead, and educate the orphan. That's their mantra. So, when we first looked into this, I said, what is an Odd Fellow? What kind of name is that?
I was thinking that too, because we walked the grounds and there is a cemetery here. And it's called the Odd Fellows Cemetery. And I'm like, are they odd? Like, so if you're normal, you can't be buried here. Like, it just,
No,
I know
only the
obviously
Odd
it's
Fellows are
only
buried
the
there.
Odd Fellows, but what's an odd fellow?
I will tell you what an Odd
Please.
Fellow are. There's actually 2 different theories. Okay, so both of the theories date back to the 18th century England. Though smaller trades at the time in England didn't have organized guilds or other established forms of support as the bigger trades did. So I'm talking the little trades that lined the streets, that, mom and pop type.
Oh,
thing.
stops. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
And they didn't have any support. So the theory states that eventually the people working these miscellaneous odd trades joined together to form the Odd Fellows, because it was odd that they would do something like that.
It's kind of cute. I kind of like that.
The second theory,
We're kind of odd because we just started a podcast about murder and ghosts and drinks.
are you speaking about yourself now?
What? You're odd. You're part of this. Well, I'm not talking to myself over here.
Okay, the second theory, moving on, is that only the aristocrats at the time had, I hate this word, philanthropy.
Oh, the ghost ball's going off because I was like, oh my gosh, the cat ball's lighting up, but my arm is resting on the bed.
Dang it, Beth.
What?
Philanthropic. Is that how you say it?
Back to the word. Sorry.
Philanthropic
Sounds good.
societies, and only the rich did that. But then a group of laborers joined together to organize a fraternity created to educate and financially aid the poor. This was so quote, odd at the time that the group was called the Odd Fellows. So, two theories, and basically they're tradesmen joining together to
That are
do
doing
good,
like,
to do
okay,
good for, society.
for themselves. Not necessarily society, but for themselves,
Well, yeah.
for their little group.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um,
Not that that's bad. Oh,
okay, in 1819, the Oddfellows in America got their start by receiving a charter from a British Oddfellows organization to form their own lodges. So, of course, everything has to be stipulated and, yes, you can go to America. They quickly spread throughout the United States. On September 20th, 1851, the Oddfellows became the first national fraternity to accept both males and females. Now, this is a big deal. It's 1851, and they're allowing
see,
women.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
I mean, it was a big deal. And these women were called the Daughters of Rebecca.
Okay.
Um, in just because I'm in Kansas. In 1857, the first Oddfellow Lodge was built in Kansas, and in 1906, a Rebecca's Lodge opened an orphanage outside of Manhattan,
I did
Kansas.
not know that.
Yes, there's a cemetery there too.
Really?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
Look, it's so weird. You hear this and you're like, and you live close to it, and you're just like, I never, I never even looked into this stuff.
no. But it's
So.
kind of like, I mean, I just kind of bulked the Odd Fellows into like the Masons kind of a,
Hmm. And so do a lot of people. I mean, it's a fraternity,
yeah.
but and they are different from the Masons, obviously. But then they came to Missouri in 1835, and by 1895, this 240 acre complex was open.
Yep.
And
May
as
2nd, 1895.
There you go. And as long as members were in good standing, they knew that they were taken care of. They had no worries. They had, a hospital to go to, they had an orphanage, a school, they had a nursing home, a farm, and they knew where they're going to be buried.
Yeah.
Um,
Quote, 838 bushels of oats, 2,000 bushels of corn, and 7,863 gallons of milk. That was what was produced here. I mean, they had everything here they had their self-sustaining farms, animals, like you said, hospital. I mean, everything from birth until death here provided
and
to
by the way,
them.
those buildings are still standing. They're dilapidated and dangerous, but they're still
They're still
standing.
here. They're still here. We are
So,
actually in the
mhm.
administration building slash orphanage. That's where the inn is right now. That's where we are right now.
That's where we are right
So
this
I'm hoping
moment.
that ghost balls light up. We're hoping we get some ghost kids, but it's not happening. Um, so in 1900, tragedy struck. Fire from a plumber's blowtorch took out the wooden building that was the hotel. But the Odd Fellows weren't about to let that little inferno stop them. They rebuilt in brick, added classrooms and offices, and of course raised the membership fee to $1, not just 50 cents.
Ooh.
By 1901, the new home stood proud on 247 acres, complete with its own school, hospital, and orphanage. Like I said, we are in the orphanage right now. A self contained little world. Like Mom has said, the place provided from children to the elderly.
Mhm.
And they called it an orphanage. And this is not a place where children were actually adopted, but it's where Oddfellows could send their children for education, but during hard
And
times.
to be housed and to be fed
During hard
because
times,
they
especially
couldn't do it.
during
Right.
the Depression.
Mhm.
Um, they could exactly be housed, be educated. The children studied music, had access to books, and performed recitals for the elderly right next door, which I thought that was so
Yeah, so
cute.
cute. Yes.
There was even a boys' band that toured Missouri. By the 1930s, the Great Depression swelled their numbers, more adults seeking shelter, more children from struggling families. But as the decades passed, the elderly outnumbered the kids eventually. And the home actually got expanded. By 1993, the home closed for good and the halls fell silent, or almost silent, as they say. I will say the eeriest place is the hospital area. So we're in the administrative building. We can post a map, but even if you're just listening, just imagine this big, gorgeous brick building is the administrative building. To the left of that is the home for the elderly, and it's a larger building. And then next to that is an old hospital, and they're all mimicked the same with the brick.
Yes.
And that hospital was the only hospital in Liberty for a very long time.
Which blows my mind because it's not very big.
No, so that did not just take care of the Oddfellows
Right.
for a time. It took care of Liberty, and it's not very big. You're right.
Not to do all that. While you're looking at your notes, in the early 20th century, there were 3.4 million Oddfellows in the United States.
Are you serious?
It was the biggest fraternity at the time.
And see, I didn't know about Oddfellows until we moved out here and I saw a haunted winery. I'll go there. Because today it is a winery, which is like perfect. I mean, this was made for our podcast. We're missing the true crime portion, I guess.
That's why we're here.
To find true crime? What do you mean?
I'm ready to find anything. There's just, of course, I'm the skeptic, so maybe nothing will happen because I'm so skeptical. But Beth had happenings before here, so
So I think what also brought me here, which I got very excited about, is there's also a George,
there is a George. There is a George.
a former Oddfellow. His body was used in the initiation ritual. So the initiation ritual, they say, because we don't know for certain, this is a secret society, which is pretty cool, I think. So the men were women apparently, but they would come in blindfolded and they'd be walked into a room and they'd be surrounded by men with swords and masks. And there's some masks downstairs.
There are
too.
masks, and they're creepy. Those
They're
are
actually
creepy.
very creepy. We'll post some pictures of them.
They're made of human hair and hand painted.
And like wire and mesh.
Yeah.
So these men would be wearing these odd masks and they'd have swords and the masks have painted on them like Bible figures. People
Is that
from the
what
Bible.
those were?
That's what they were. Then they'd put the man's face that's being initiated face to face with George, a skeleton. And they named all the skeletons in these Oddfellow homes George.
Well, mostly because their bodies were donated to science first, and then most of them to science first, but then donated from the science to the Oddfellows.
Yes.
So that they could have their own George.
And they just named all the skeletons George.
I bet one of those skeletons really was a George.
I bet you're right. Anyway, so this man being initiated would come face to face with George or a skeleton, and they would take off his blindfold so that he could be looking. I was going to say eye to eye, but a skeleton doesn't have eyes. So
Sockets to eyes.
face to face with this. And it's supposed to represent viewing your own mortality.
Yep.
To make the most of your life here on earth so that, because when you die, you just get donated for another initiation. I don't know. But you're dedicating your entire life to Oddfellows.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's just interesting that one of the things they do is bury the dead, right? And yet all through the United States, when the Oddfellows, of course, their numbers have dwindled to very low.
Yeah.
I mean, they still are a society, but so when they left, they deserted places and they just kind of left their Georges there. So that
That's so
Some
sad.
some people would like clean closets or whatever in these places. They'd move in and there's skeletons. I mean, now not all of the skeletons were real.
Oh,
Did you know
that's kind
that?
of sad. No.
Some of them were also fake. Now, if you didn't have a skeleton that was donated to you, but you need a skeleton,
Wait, you go to the
okay,
spirit store? What?
you would go to the DeMillion Brothers Company, an Illinois company that once offered an extensive selection of fraternal hazing standbys, like robes and ribbons and trick chairs and fake goats and genuine deodorized skeletons.
Deodorized.
That means they didn't stink anymore.
They peeled off all the meat. Like, what?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how they
How do you
that,
deodorize skeletons?
that's how totally how they advertised. They were deodorized skeletons. The
I guess you
price?
don't want an odored skeleton.
I want to be different. I want an odorized skeleton.
You might be cheaper. I don't know.
Well, the price was $110 to $200.
The odorized ones were $50.
25. So our George here, and you'll see pictures because we're going to take you on this little trip. He's laid out in a glass casket in full view. He's got a couple of black dead roses on his.
Well, this place is also for weddings. And those that get married here leave him flowers.
Oh, they do.
That's the tradition that's been happening here for years, is those that get married here at Belvoir leave flowers for George.
Weren't those roses black though?
I think because there was a Halloween wedding recently.
Oh, there's a Halloween wedding. Okay.
Well, yeah. So
I
they
get it.
left black flowers there.
That's why there's black roses like in a lot of places I've seen. Okay.
Well, it was just Halloween a
makes
few
sense.
days ago. We are-
I just wanted to tell you that a few famous Oddfellows. Would you like to hear them?
There's famous okay, yes.
Yes. Winston Churchill,
Was an odd fellow?
Wyatt Earp,
I don't know who that is.
he's a cowboy. Charlie Chaplin, Ulysses Grant.
Charlie Chaplin is in one of our future stories too.
I just think this guy waddling back and forth. Franklin D. Roosevelt.
You said Ulysses S. Grant?
Mm-hmm.
He was an odd fellow?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Are you doubting me?
gosh. I keep resting my arm and then I'm waiting for these cat balls. Okay, go on.
Red Skeleton. He was an actor, you know.
I don't know who that is.
Burl Ives,
What? The Christmas man?
the Christmas man. Eleanor Roosevelt. Georgia Dwell, and who was the first female African American physician.
They're odd fellows?
These were just some of the Oddfellows.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Okay, I have to tell you one more thing, and then I'll be quiet about the Oddfellow.
No, you're fine. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated.
This is super cool.
Okay.
So, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Washington, D.C.
Is he an odd fellow? We don't know who he is, so how would we know? Wait, I'll stop talking.
Please do. So, the Oddfellows, they have a pilgrimage.
We've been drinking wine. Sorry.
A pilgrimage to the tomb.
Why? Please tell me why.
To the tomb. It's the result of a privilege that was afforded to the Oddfellows and Rebecca's by our 32nd president of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who of course was an Oddfellow.
Well, Franklin was?
Yeah.
I know Eleanor was, but Franklin was as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't name him in your list?
I did. You were talking.
No, you said Eleanor.
I
You
said Roosevelt too.
Imagine that.
In this is a ceremony of remembrance for those who have given their lives to preserve the American way of life, enshrines the principle of Oddfellows, friendship, love, and truth. It is indeed an honor to be a part of this pilgrimage, and I have to say that they are the only fraternal order that has been able to do this.
Do what?
They are able to stand in front of the tomb, and they give them a coin. They place a coin, and it's a special coin each year, and they are the only fraternal order that is included in this ceremony.
Maybe because they're so patriotic.
I don't know, but I mean, they were initiated into it by Roosevelt, and it has gone ever since. It's gone onward. They have this pilgrimage every year.
That is fascinating.
I thought that was really cool.
So, like I said, the home closed in 1993. Fast forward to the 2000s, Dr. John and Marcia Bean, he a physician, she a dreamer with a taste of Merlot, bought the property. She always dreamed of opening a winery. So this kind of fit her little dream, and they reopened it as Belvoir Winery and Event Space. They have weddings here, events here. I came here for an event. That's when I first came here, and I just was hooked. That was probably like 9 years ago. I just fell in love with the place when I came for an event here.
They put a lot of work in here.
They really
A
have.
lot of work.
Not to bring up Ghost Adventures, but to bring up Ghost Adventures. They did film here. We're not going to go into their episode, but the one thing that might, those that have watched Ghost Adventures, remember the episode where they came in and they were remodeling the building that they were doing their episode on.
Might have been like where we are.
Well, they were remodeling the building, and Zach was so excited because they were tearing down the walls and they were finding things in the walls, like little
yeah.
trinkets and little postcards and things like that. This was this building. I just remember that episode. I didn't know the location. I just remembered how cool that was, that they were
It was.
digging up in the wall ceilings and they were finding little toys and
That had
postcards
dropped through.
and letters.
So cool.
So that when they were remodeling, they just probably pushed them into the walls. But so they were remodeling it to be this inn that we're in right now, the inn that we're in. And they have all those little trinkets and stuff downstairs. We'll post pictures, and
Those are cool.
they're really neat. They have
Those are
little
cool.
toys, and I just love the postcards and the handwritten letters from the orphans
I
that were
know.
handwriting to their families.
Valentine's and it was yeah, it's pretty cool. I bet that happened on the second floor. I bet they were doing the second floor at the time. No,
This one.
they were doing this one. They were doing this one.
So the building has since been transferred to the Lime Coolers. They purchased the property in 2011, I think. And that's when the ghost stories started. I put in my notes, pouring faster than wine. I think because they started doing so much remodeling. And that's when the
Always
Ghost Adventures crew
activates things.
came, because they were tearing up the walls and they were redoing it into this inn. The staff talk about giggling children, footsteps, and cold drafts. The owner's daughter once had a full conversation with a little girl no one else could see.
That's crazy.
Ghosts have felt their ghosts. Guests have felt their hair tugged, heard whispers saying hi, and even seen two ghostly twins standing at the foot of their bed.
Oh, Shining. Ugh.
Like I said, we're staying here tonight, so that would be interesting. We saw that. We did speak to the bartender downstairs when we got our first tasting, and she mentioned that she has had her hair messed with. She also mentioned lights turning on and off
And those were two new things that have happened.
within days.
So-
Even today, she said that the lights turning on and off happened today. And she said that on this side of the building, there's not as much, it's more residual, but on the other side, it's more intelligent spirit.
So we're like, hey, can we move rooms? I want to be with intelligent spirits.
Well, don't worry, we're going to go walk around and hopefully intelligent spirits. I only deal with intelligence. Clearly. So yes, we will be walking around and hopefully we captured something.
So far, it's been nothing.
Just me hitting these ghost balls to light up.
Oh, we did. Okay. So last time Beth was here, she understood that the surgeon that was in the hospital was a German surgeon, and that he spoke German and he responded only if somebody spoke German to
Well,
him.
I came on a ghost hunt here 7 years ago, and I remember being in the operating room in the old hospital and them telling us that they've had a lot of activity when somebody speaks German. And then somebody in our tour group could speak German, so they spoke German. And then the Ovulists started speaking back in German. So they were having a conversation in German.
So
And
cool.
so I took mom over to the old hospital. I was like, okay, speak German. And she's like speaking German to, doctor.
I was referring to the doctor.
So when we came back and we got our next glasses of wine, I said, last time I was here, we spoke German over in the surgery room. Like, what was that all about? And she goes, oh, we think that there was a soldier here because he's looking for something. He's been looking for something for a long time.
Been looking for the dang doctor that
And
I was
Mom-
calling a German.
And we were getting nothing when we were talking to the doctor in German. So
we're going to
go back now that it's totally dark out and speak to somebody in German. I don't know.
A soldier in German. Hey, German soldier.
I still don't know how we're going to put this podcast form, but I will do the best I can putting our audio into podcast form. If not, please check out the YouTube. We will have video of our findings or unfindings. If anything, it might be just a funny
video of nothing.
Welcome to Killer Hangover Podcast Season 2.
But we're trying. And like I told Beth, all these ghost hunters, I'm sure they go to places and there's nothing that they get. I mean, they don't score every time.
Right. I just thought it'd be fun to actually record an episode about a place and be in the place just for episode 1. Episode
Definitely.
2 is going right back to what we used to do. We're just so excited to be back for season 2. We wanted to do something fun. So,
all right. You want to hit the road?
Let's fill up our glasses and hit the road.
And do it.
Okay.
Ready.
Good morning. We don't say that very often.
No, we don't. We don't usually have a cup of coffee in front of us.
But we needed the cup of coffee.
We did, and I'm sorry. This is definitely the morning you just got out of bed look.
Yes.
No makeup, no nothing.
No, we literally just got up.
This is for real.
We wanted to record before we checked out. We wanted to finish the episode here since we started the episode here. So here we are. It was actually beautiful waking up here. The grounds here are gorgeous.
Beautiful. So peaceful.
Especially during this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh, definitely.
Like I said, we're going to post pictures, but it is just, I don't even know if the pictures are going to do it justice. It's gorgeous here.
We did get some really cool snaps though. So
yeah, the beds are very comfortable, I will say. I shared a very small bed with my mother.
And I didn't even know you were there. Of course, I was out.
You drugged yourself to sleep. So
I'm like, no ghosts are going to wake me up. I'm taking my melatonin. I'm out.
So I think there's maybe 2 other guests' rooms filled here. Maybe one. But you wouldn't have known it. It was so quiet last night, and it felt like we had the whole place to ourselves.
We did. I mean, it was just like, because we're up on the 3rd floor, and that's where everybody's room is.
Mm-hmm.
But we were allowed to do this, but we were in the library area, and it was a little, it's probably 11 o'clock, 11:30 or something.
We explored the whole.
Well, it did explore, but on the 1st floor there, I mean, we literally had the mansion or this place to ourselves.
Yeah.
To ourselves. We're the only idiots walking around at 12
in the dark. There's not like lights on. This isn't like a hotel with lights on. This is literally in the dark. But we had all of our equipment, and yeah, very Zach Bagans-y in this place all by ourselves.
It's like a lockdown.
Oh boy.
But we're the only people awake right now. It's down there at the end.
More ballrooms. Let's go see.
Did we go down there?
No, we didn't. I'm wearing very squeaky shoes. Oh, here's another room. if these were classrooms or what they were.
I don't know what's that up there. Woodward.
President, Board of Trustees of the Oddfellows Home. The friend of the home. It is very cold in here.
You think? I thought it was colder with George.
Negative Nancy over here. I'm going to try to get the angle here, but you can really see how these stairs are so worn. Where the children would go. Holding onto the railing, going up and down the stairs. It's the original stairs. It was so quiet. It was very, I don't know, it's very nice here. There, the bartender we talked to, I liked how she said it. She said, there's never like a dark feeling here, like the spirits might, what did she say? Gosh darn it. I liked what she said.
I don't remember.
Like they surprise you. Like you're not expecting your bun to be hit, your hair, like to be.
She said bun, not bum.
Bun. Like your hair in a bun.
I don't know.
Be hit.
We'll talk about little dark spirits later.
Yeah, but not in this building.
No, we got rid of it.
No. Okay, we'll get there. So I wanted to start the episode. By the way, we have our Ovulus going while we do this because we were getting some readings this morning.
So if you see Beth freaking out, that's why.
Well, whatever the spirit is keeps telling us the same things, and I think it's so funny.
And almost in the same order.
Yes. The Ovulus is this device that has, Mom thinks the library of words is maybe only these words that this spirit keeps using. It's not limited. It's got hundreds of thousands of words in this, millions of words in this. And it keeps shooting out the same words, which I think is so funny. But whatever spirit this is really wants to tell us that they're knitting 100 things or something, because it says knit and 100.
And bacon.
And then bacon.
And wheat.
Is she serious? This stinking spirit? Knit bacon 100? Is that serious?
And wheat. Random.
No, but the big ones this morning were knit 100. Telepathy. It said telepathy twice.
Which is what I told you it'd be geek.
Said, I swear to God, if the next word that this Ovulus says is geek, I'm going to freak out. And it literally just said geek.
I told you the next word would be geek.
They say geek.
Oh, they'll say geek.
I'm going to freak out. If that's not their, that better be their next word. It better be the next word. Okay, that's
limited vocabulary.
Okay, put it out there. What's knit? What's something that kind of resonates with this conversation?
She never socialized with anybody. She was a geek that knitted
and ate bacon.
Ate bacon. And knitted 100 of everything.
And prayed a lot. They keep saying pray, prayer, pray, prayer.
Oh, we did pray.
Okay. So let's just put this out there. Okay. The next word has to be an animal. Any kind of animal. Okay. Any kind of animal. You got ducks, chickens, cows.
No animals were mentioned last night.
Dogs, cats. No animals were mentioned last night.
Okay.
So if this thing comes back with an animal, you really see Beth throw her coffee.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, so before we get into some of our experiences, these are some of the experiences that I read about before we came here to kind of get me all pumped up. And so I made a little list. And then I wanted you to kind of compare these stories from other people to what we experienced.
Okay.
See if we experienced the same things or different things.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is happened March 4th of 2025. And it said, about 2 a.m., I felt a hand reach up and grab my leg underneath the sheets. So that was somebody that was staying here in the inn. Shortly afterwards, the power went out in the building and the temperature dropped to about 55 degrees.
Ooh,
The
cold.
guest stayed the night and later admitted, quote, now that I'm looking back on it, it was pretty awesome. Maybe I'll come back and stay.
We had nothing like that.
No, I didn't have anything in our room this time happen. Last time I stayed here, I stayed in the room across the hall here. And because that means something to you guys, just down yonder. And my husband and I were kept up with the shower curtain sliding. That's not an animal. It said agent. It's
Which
not an
that's the
animal.
second time it said agent. It said agent last night too.
Secret agent man.
She was an agent
Knitting 100
undercover.
bacons.
Undercover eating bacon. She was a geeky agent.
How do we know it's a she? It could be a he. He could knit.
I'm feeling it's a she.
Girlfriend, I feel you with the bacon though. That is okay. But all night the shower curtain kept you hear it go, you hear the rings on the rod. So and then my brother-in-law kept hearing the hangers in their closet kind of shaking back and forth. But we didn't have any of those
No.
experiences in this room. I honestly be interested when we watch the cat ball videos and the recordings when we left the room.
See if anything happened.
But I never really felt maybe, like comings and goings, but I didn't feel anything like lingering in here enough to like touch my leg under the sheet or anything like
heavens,
that.
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Hello, Beth here. I just wanted to share with you some of the things that our camera captured while we were out. If you're just listening on the podcast, you can find the videos that I'm about to explain on our YouTube. For this episode, it's like about 47, 48-minute mark on the YouTube video. But first of all, I just have to say, it's not the most exhilarating job. Like we had this laptop computer recording. So it's not a fancy camera either, I just have to say. We just left the laptop there recording with the cat balls and a couple sensor lights in the room whenever we left. So we left the room to do wine tasting, to go get dinner, and then to go do some exploring around the inn. And watching all that footage, I mean, that's like 5 hours of footage is exhilarating, let me tell you. But I am kind of excited about what we captured. It's not a lot, it's not like a crazy amount, but it is kind of fun. So the first thing I captured was about 12 minutes after we left, which was for our first tasting. And the camera focuses in and out. And usually, cameras do that when it's trying to focus on there's movement, and so then it's focusing on something. So I find that really odd because there's no movement. You don't see any movement, and the camera focuses in and out. So here's that. And then it does it again, like 4 minutes later. Now, the one thing I have to say is I couldn't figure out how to put this in the podcast or even on YouTube unless you turn your audio like way, 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 way up. I'm going to play this portion for you. It's a lot of just like you hear the cars going by and everything like that. It's more proof for those that are interested in staying at the inn how quiet this inn is. This inn is, it's very quiet. But you hear this like deep breathing by the camera. And this was about 45 minutes after we left. And you hear this just deep breathing. I can't explain it. I heard it throughout the video several times. I'm going to try to put the snippet in here. You might not be able to hear it. It's hard to explain, but deep breathing and then a huge refocus on the camera. So I'm going to show you a video of me walking in front of the camera and it focusing and refocusing. So this is why it does this. Off to ghost hunt. Wish us luck. Oh, do we need wine? No, I won't bring wine. So why is it refocusing with no movement in the room? I don't understand that. I'm not a technical computer camera person. I don't know. But could that be something? I don't know. So the last thing that happened is actually pretty exciting for me. We captured footsteps. Now, yes, this is an inn, okay? I get it. And skeptics are gonna think that. That's fine. You do you. But I know for a fact nobody was up there on the third floor with us because we come back, we dropped off our food, and we got all our equipment to go investigate. There was nobody up there. Everybody was downstairs in the winery. People were actually just getting there to check in at the winery as we were coming down the stairs. There was nobody upstairs. Nobody, I promise you. Um, so we dropped everything off, we grabbed our equipment, we leave. 4 minutes after we leave, so we're not even upstairs anymore. We, by that point, would have been down on the second floor. Capture footsteps. That's crazy, right? Like that even actually sounds like it's in our room. Watch it again. So I know it wasn't a cat ball. I know we didn't see like anomaly or anything like that. None of the sound or light things went off. I know, but I think that's pretty cool with the equipment that we had. I I'm pretty excited about the footsteps. We did learn later in the day after we recorded that the upstairs, so there's um, the main level that you walk in on is the winery portion, and then there's a couple of like little rooms off there. And the second floor is the ballroom floor. So there's a ballroom, and then on the other end, there's like suites and stuff. And then the third floor is the inn. So we did learn that the third floor was the school portion of this building at a time. So the guest rooms were actually cut the classrooms in half, which makes sense because of the ovulus. So I think I mentioned in the episode, maybe I don't, but yes, the ovulus can just spit out words, okay? But when you ask a question and it answers, it's actually giving like an answer. Like if you say like how many people are here and then it gives you a number, that's obviously a spirit speaking to you. I mean, obviously, right? Uh, but we were getting a ton. Nobody was really answering any of our questions, but we were getting like a ton of numbers being thrown out at us as we were packing up to leave the next morning. Ton of numbers, like 3,000, 200, and like math equation verbiage and stuff. So if that was a classroom, I'm thinking that's residual. It kind of just like makes sense that would be like residual energy of a teacher, maybe. We were getting like very old-fashioned names also thrown out at us. Um, Richard was one of them. Annie was one of them. So we were joking maybe they were doing a roll call. I don't know. I thought that was fun too. So anyway, back to the episode. Just had to share that with you. Bye. Okay. So this next story in the tasting room section,
Okay, we were there.
um, the owner described this. An event coordinator who was closing down for the night turned off the lights in one area, and when she went back into the tasting room, she saw the lights were back on. She turned them off again, came back a second time, and the lights were on again.
What a pain.
That would be really annoying. He says that she addressed the space, saying, I'm not sure who's here, and I'm not sure what you're doing, but I'm trying to close. You need to leave the lights alone. And then the lights remained off for the rest of the night. Now, we didn't see any lights flickering.
No, we wanted to, but no.
No lights flickering. No. They hear voices in the hallway by the tasting room, usually children's voices. This used to be the orphanage. So,
Right.
and they said the children's voices sound like conversation. And when you go to explore, there was nothing out there. And then, according to a lot of resources I read, which I forgot about last night, we should have done it, is children react and are heard singing Ring Around the Rosie a lot.
That could be really creepy.
We should have sat in that room with a big mirror and sang Ring Around the Rosie. What were we thinking?
The one with the clock?
Or the bathroom. I got weird vibes in the bathroom. That sounds funny out of context. Oh, Mom found another room. Oh, some house.
Silent angel.
Oh, I have weird feelings in this one. Oh, it's a bathroom.
Oh, wow.
It's the ladies' lounge.
Oh.
Let's go do some Bloody Mary, Mom. Mom, come here. Moving on. Okay, so this is where this was freaky, and it does kind of correlate with what happened with us. There's a shadow figure that lurks behind the tanks around the buildings out back. I've seen them peek out around there. Sometimes if you're back there by yourself, you feel like you're being watched. Oh, oh my gosh. Obulus just said fear. There's something here with us. I mean, come on. That is that. So, yes. Okay. If there's just random words that are just being spit out, the fact that that correlates with what we're talking about right now.
It hears you. It listens to you. What?
Legion again.
Legion came up a lot last night too.
Twice.
So is there
But this is kind
more
of
than one?
Is that what they call Oddfellows? What did they ever call that?
No.
That group of Legion?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm just trying. Anyway, back to the shadow figure that lurks. In the hospital portion of the site, which is the furthest building, one anonymous investigator reported, while investigating, a woman had to sit down after feeling unsteady. Her head hit a wall, her eyes were rolling back in her head, and she was sweating. A deep growl coming from the room known as the mischievous man's room. She felt an oppressive feeling like doom or dread.
Oh, that would have been scary. Where are the tanks?
Right in the area. I don't think the tanks are there anymore, but you can see where there used to be the AC unit things.
Okay, I'm interested.
Right near where we were. So last night we decided, I don't even know what we were planning on doing. We got a bottle of wine. We went and we got Culver's burgers and onion rings. Oh my gosh, onion rings. And yourself. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did eat it all by myself.
We pleased, yes.
No bacon. Oh, I did have bacon on my
You did have
burger,
bacon.
so sorry I didn't share that with you. Anyway, so we ate outside. It was a beautiful evening.
It was nice, and I mean we had jackets on, but not coats or
No,
anything.
it was beautiful. And then we decided to get some equipment, and I don't know if we were necessarily going to wander the whole property, but I did want to go. I really wanted to go back to the hospital surgery room where we were talking to the German.
But we had to
soldier.
wait until the person here closed because you're not allowed to.
No, you are not supposed to be wandering. It is incredibly dangerous. The buildings are actually closed now, totally.
Can't go in them.
So back when I came here first and stayed here, and we stayed in the room down yonder. We got to investigate inside those buildings. And now she told us that for investigations, they still do investigations, but you only investigate this building, the second floor and the basement, which I've never been in the basement here. I wonder if that's what's
You were
down there.
starting to head down there yesterday
I was
with the
very
stairs,
tempted, and
but I
Mom
was
told
like,
me no. She told me no. Uh, Threat. Well,
yeah, the basement would have been a threat. That's why I said no.
so, but when we were outside and we started walking around where those tanks are, I actually have video of it. I'll post the video. It's not anything, it's just our feet walking and us talking. And I say, like, I don't know if it's because I know we shouldn't be doing this or if I feel like something's watching us.
And I said, well, I think it's because
We're not
because
supposed
we
to
were
be
trying
doing
to
this.
avoid the guard, the security guard too.
Yeah.
But and then we went,
But we were on the road. We weren't off the road. We
were on a
weren't.
sidewalk.
And honestly, I was planning on staying on the gravel path the whole time, the sidewalk area.
I wasn't going anywhere. My fear of snakes is way too
Yeah,
beyond.
she was scared. Okay, we're off on a ghost hunt. Because we're going to have no proof of us doing this out on a podcast for the world to see. Oh, maybe it's because we're not supposed to be here, or maybe it's because there's something there, but I feel spooky dooky. We're not supposed to be here. Okay. No, there's something over there. So I was just going to stay on the gravel path that goes around the buildings.
Yeah, but we got further and further, and finally,
we didn't get very far.
I said, Beth, I can't go any further. I got to get the hell out of here.
It literally was like a wall of fear. Like
if I took another step, I mean, both of I said, my heart is beating like crazy, and she's like, mine too.
So Mom was like, maybe there are people out there because these are abandoned buildings. I mean, that could be a threat, as the obulist just said. People being out there. But whenever I'm around spirits, good, bad, anything, the kind of the tell that I know that something is present is like my chest gets really heavy, almost like something's sitting on it. And I just know, okay, something's present. I'm gonna tune in or whatever. And it literally felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. It was terrifying.
It was terrifying, and I don't know why. We didn't see anything. Don't get us wrong. We didn't see anything.
No.
It was an intense, immersive feeling of fear.
And so now I see like why paranormal shows have such a hard time because I mean, we're explaining this fear to you, but there's no proof in this fear. Like,
no, absolutely.
We were not acting by any means. We weren't recording. There's no cameras following us. So it's not like, but it was terrifying. And so we ran into the building and we went.
The building we're staying at.
And we came in and we went to the library.
Which we were told
that we were allowed to go and that was active. And so we went in there and Mom said we could not calm down.
We both still felt, oh, that's a horrible feeling.
It was horrible.
Terrified. Just terrified. And it wouldn't leave.
No. And so then we both, Mom said a prayer.
Said the St. Michael prayer.
And so then I was like, okay, well, let's turn on the equipment and see if anything's here. And the first word that came up on the Ovilus was prayer.
Prayer.
Sure, coincidence.
But we did feel better after the prayer.
We did.
All in our heads, but we did feel, but no, that was, why would we feel terrified if it was all in
both of us? Both of us.
Why would we feel so terrified that we couldn't take another step down that path?
No, and normally, like, if I get scared, I'm still curious enough that I could not. That's what makes me wonder, too, if it was a real person. Because if I just had, like, that intuition of just don't go down there.
If it was a person, which I kind of think it was, but if it was a person, it was a bad person.
Well, yeah.
It was bad because he's
a bad guy.
It was a bad guy. I'm really bad.
Spring. We had some spring in our step. That's right. So in the library, with the Ovilus and the dowsing rods. Spirit did not want to talk to us.
Nope.
I
And
asked
made it very clear.
I asked the dowsing rods, no means cross them, yes means straighten. And they just kind of or spread for yes, cross for no. And the dowsing rods stayed there for a little bit. And I go, okay, do you want to talk to me? And it just went, Yoop.
Nope.
We had some, uh, what is that? My millimeter lit up.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool. I think you enjoyed that when I
Yeah.
was like, can you make the green light turn red? And it did.
And it did.
And then I said, can you make it turn yellow? And it did. It was really neat to see it figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
The music box played once, but I'm still not sure if it was
I
like
think
my
that was
shadow
you.
that set it off.
I think it was you. I'm
Um,
sorry. Because it was just a ding, ding.
yeah, it played just a little slightly. But overall,
No, that was fun. But the words that were spoken there, no, that was outside telling us to go away. What was that?
my garage opened at home. Terrifying.
Like, what noise is that now?
So I wrote them down, and we thought that this was. Now I'm getting a phone call. Uh, I wrote these down because, as you see, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm just so popular. Um, as you see, the words come across over time, like they don't come in like bing, bang, boom.
No, it's not a conversation.
And spring, by the way, is a brand new word. Um,
No, we had spring yesterday.
I don't think so.
We did.
Maybe once.
Once. We had it once.
I can go back to the log. I don't
So
think we
don't be
did.
talking about a new word. No, we did have spring yesterday.
So they come up and the screen will clear itself. And I went back when I was reading through the logs, and this order was interesting to me. It said recuse, stop, and speak. And I asked mom in the library, I go, what does recuse mean?
And it's to withdraw oneself. It's like a lawyer.
A lawyer would
If
say
there
that.
was a conflict of interest or something, he would be asked to recuse himself from the trial or from the case. So that's what that means, to withdraw.
So it's an old lawyer over there telling us to stop speaking because he's just enjoying his bacon.
Shut the heck up.
I just want to enjoy this breakfast in peace.
Well, my wife is knitting.
And then in the library, soon after, in the library with the dowsing rods, after they told me go away, they said, yourself away, remove.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a dark feeling. It was
No.
just like, I just don't want this right now. Just go away. But then it was interesting because then you just felt nothing. Then you just literally felt the stillness of the place. Nothing here, no sounds, no footsteps, no children, no whispering, no creaking even. I mean, this is an incredibly old building, no creaking.
It just silence, a really just downright silence.
Yeah. So there's something here, but I don't know. I would be interested what happens on investigations here.
Yeah, might be like the Crescent.
I don't know. You never know.
When we went to the Crescent.
Well, that was just a walking tour. This is like investigations where you sit with like actually investigating.
Well,
we didn't investigate
that, didn't you, when you were here last time?
Yeah, but we did the other buildings. We didn't do this building.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, the Crescent we should go and do an investigation there. Maybe we get a room there for season 3. That's where we go for our episode 1 of season 3.
Season 3, the Crescent Hotel.
So this is not going to be like our normal episodes. This was just kind of the pilot episode. What did you call it? Our soft launch?
Our soft launch.
Soft open. We will be doing Killer Hangover Podcast season 2 every other week. But we will be releasing episode 2 next week. And then from there, it'll be every other week. But this was just kind of our we're back episode.
We're back on location.
Maybe we'll do a location for every episode 1 for seasons. I think that's fun. But yeah, Belvoir Inn.
Well, it was
winery.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Even though we didn't
It's a beautiful location. The history is fascinating. I'm trying to wait and see do you have one last word to say to
goodbye with
our listeners
at this point?
That's like a Ouija board.
Cheers.
Good. Oh, cheers.
Okay, if it says cheers, I'm packing. really fast.
Say it, say it, say it, say it, say it. That's not that hard. You should be able to say it.
Oh,
I'm excited about this season that we have great music.
yes, we do.
We've been working really hard with digital artwork and production is just, I'm having so much fun.
Beth is doing a phenomenal job.
Well, and then our topics are fantastic.
They're fun.
I've
Yes.
missed this so much. I'm so happy to be back. I'm happy we're doing this again. And
Thanks
please,
for tuning in.
please leave us some new reviews to keep us,
Please.
to move us back up. We're
Mhm.
back. I'm trying to rattle things off until for this thing to just say cheers.
It's not
Goodbye.
happening.
What if it said mama? Well, let's cheers our coffee, Mom.
Uh,
Oh no, you're empty again?
hey,
You're always leaving us in bad luck every
I'm a
episode.
poor schluck in here.
Oh, you and your schluck word.
Okay, fine. Now I have something.
Gosh.
One of the
You
best.
saw her yell at me, didn't you?
One of the best coffees. Okay, ready?
Let's go get Starbucks. Okay.
Now, cheers to that.
Cheers, Mama.
Cheers. Love you, kid.
This has been Killer Hangover Podcast, an original production, written, produced, and designed by yours truly. All of our amazing music that always sends shivers down my spine was thoughtfully crafted by Dangerous Schmidt. And the other thing that gives me those chicken bumps, as we say, is you guys. Big love and huge thanks to all of our listeners. You truly make these hangovers possible. If you liked the episode, do us a favor. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. If you want to get in touch, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Killer Hangover Podcast, or shoot us an email at killerhangoverpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, stay safe, lock your doors, drink some water for that hangover, and call your mom.